Hey, what's up, people? This is Antho143 doing another video segment. I'd like to dedicate this video to an Alexandra Wallace. Now, I'm going on Facebook and I'm looking through my friends' posts and blogs on my page, and I see responses to this Alexandra Wallace. So as I check it out, I'm finding it very insightful seeing the responses from the other people, and I'm like, this Alexandra Wallace must have really pissed a lot of people off. So I decided to take a look at the original. And when I did, I was very, very, very disgusted. I see this stripper-looking, bleached hair, Barbie look-alike chick with her nearly exposed boobs, ranting on about how she hates so many things about Asians, about them bringing in their families and whatnot, and about American manners and all that other bullshit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Were you like born in the 1930s to 1950s, or during the days of them slavery days, or when the country was just starting and apparently people were hating minorities, especially Asians? That was one of the most ignorant, hurtful, inconsiderate, disgusting things I've ever seen. Her saying, "Oh, I hate Asians talking in the library, and the whole tsunami in Japan thing, them calling, I hate the fact that they're doing that. Not to say that it's a tragedy." Okay, the fact that you're even talking mess about that and how people should react, that's just as bad as you talking mess about 9/11 and Hurricane Katrina. You'd be crucified if you were to say that shit here about any of those incidences. And I'm guessing you're probably just picking on Asians just because you kind of feel that they're probably not going to do shit about it or, say anything about it. As far as you being so insensitive about the tsunami incident in Japan, there were a lot of people that died there. Hell, this affects me personally too because I got a friend working in Japan. Apparently her internet was up and she was telling me, chatting with me a while back of how the the oil rig was exploding right near the area she was at. She seen the explosions and heard them, as well as felt the tremors of the earthquake. She was telling me how scary that shit was. God, I hope nothing happens to her. And here, I hear an inconsiderate bitch like you, Miss Alexandra Wallace, talking mess about it. And what's worse, you're even talking mess about, oh, I hate the fact that these Asian families, and especially the old Asian families, come in running around the apartment complex. Oh, and in America we had manners. Well, if you have any fucking manners, you wouldn't even be talking about your elders, whether they're Asian or not. They're your elders regardless. And if you had any sort of manners, you wouldn't be criticizing another person's culture. And the whole thing about, oh, in America, we have manners! Okay, yeah, here are the manners of America. Hey there, nigga, black person! Would you like to come to and work for us in America? Hey there, Mr. Native American! We got blankets for you full of smallpox that could possibly kill you. But it's just a sign of our friendship. Hey there, Mr. Chinese worker! Would you enjoy working on our railroads while we give you minimum wage? Don't worry, we pay you a lot with pennies and everything else, while our other workers get paid a lot more than you, even though you break your backs. Hey there, Mexicans! Would you like to work for us? History repeats itself when they say, hey there, Mexicans! Would you like to work for us for pennies? Doing our yard work because we're too damn lazy to do anything? That's American manners. Screwing people over, being assholes, and everything else. How dare you fucking even say, oh, I'm not talking about the people that I know or anything. I'm like, if you have even Asian friends, why the fuck would you even put this shit on YouTube? They're gonna be watching this too. They're probably not gonna want to talk to your ass. They probably might even want to throw something at you or smack the shit out of you if they see you. Hell, you could even get in trouble at UCLA for such a racist blog. I know this is freedom of speech, but education departments don't look too kindly on things like this nowadays. Anyway, to anybody who comes from another country immigrating to America, I'd like to apologize for one stupid person putting their shit on YouTube for the entire world to see. We're not all like that. America has tons of cultures. Sometimes they intermix. I'm a prime example. One of them, I'm half black, half Asian. Filipino and Chinese to be exact. And apparently one stupid American even mocks the language of Asians, apparently. Even though we don't speak ching chong bing bong. There's no fucking Asian language that sounds like that. Doesn't sound close to Mandarin, doesn't sound close to Cantonese, doesn't sound close to Tagalog, doesn't sound close to Korean or Japanese. You stupid fucking white bitch. And I'm referring this to Alexandra Wallace. And as far as these kids won't fend for themselves, no. As a matter of fact, they can fend for themselves a lot better than you can. Believe me, why do you think there are a lot of companies that give their jobs to Asian countries? They can counterfeit that shit, they can make that shit, they can make an exact duplicate, and even improve it. So for you to say, oh, these Asian kids can't fend for themselves, no. They just have a strong sense of community just because nobody's coming to take care of your slutty ass. Doesn't mean you can start hating on other people's culture and other people's family and everything else. So, to all those watching, as much as stupid as this person, Alexandra Wallace is, for your sake, don't go to her level and cause violence or anything. I mean, she's stupid, and I know she pissed me off. She probably pisses anybody who's Asian, or even who's not Asian, who just doesn't like ignorant racist shit. She probably pissed them off too. But don't go down to her level and cause violence. She's not worth it. So, for those watching, thank you, and have a good time. Not time. Have a good night.